So about 6 months ago, I was messing around on the face market, come across this gem here. It's been wrapped up here in plastic for since then. I looked at it the day I bought it. A little bit of backstory on it. The guy I bought it from said it had been sitting probably 20 years before he got it, and it had probably been sitting another 15 years since he had it. He said he had recently messed with it, put a carb on it, tried to get it started, took a bunch of stuff off, pulled a bunch of nuts and bolts and pieces, and there's things all over, things attached. What we got here is what I believe is late 60s, early 70s Hobart Welder. It's got an old Wisconsin 2-cylinder on it. Other than that, I don't know much about it. The guy did fail to mention, though, before I come and pick it up, that it had sat with a piece of carpet on it for at least 15 years or so, I would have to guess. There's some of the metalwork that's in pretty bad shape. Lots of extra things been added that I put there. Don't know if it's gonna run. Don't know what we got here, really. Yeah. Things are already falling off of it. Well, it hadn't changed since I wrapped it up. But I'm glad you stopped by. This Jarvis with Itsnotjunktv. Let's see if we can make this old beast run. So let's start by removing some of this extra stuff. These things got a little bit of looby dooby on them. A little bit of stuff there. A little bit of stuff there. A little bit of stuff there. We're gonna take these fucking now that we can pull these fenders off. I don't know how much of this stuff I'm actually going to take off. That wasn't like that when I started. So, pretty smooth. Thanks, toasted. That ain't gonna work. Alright, this is what we're dealing with inside. Nothing's overly crusty. I don't see nothing destroyed. I don't see no reason why this thing ain't gonna work. Get her running. I don't know why it bent and pulled all that out. I don't know why they bent that over like that. It wasn't supposed to be bent over like that. Let's see. I doubt that'll come off here just yet. I think it's soaked long enough. Maybe some deep wells. And that's it. What is that? I have the awful time. I am not one to look and be able to tell you what size it is. Right there is the best. Somehow that come loose. By goodness. Maybe. Let's see. Alright. Of course, they're a different size. Alright. Now that all the eyeball pokers and face rippers are out of the way, get the rest of this stuff gone here. Big chunks of wire running all the way over here. Get that out of there. And that goes to the ground. Get that out of there. That ain't gonna work. Ain't none of that any good anymore, so it's all gonna have to go. So, easiest way to go about it. Maybe. Well, that still ain't gonna come off her. Wow. Help me understand what you were. Alright. There we go. We got it running out here. Running over there. The grounds I'm gonna leave for now because, well, why not? Cut that there. Yeah, it's in good shape. Some good nippers I grabbed there too. Alright. Get it that way. Huh. Get that over there. That over there. It's all scrap. Never seen a fender put on like that, so I think we'll leave it. Alright. That's got us down to the motor. Throttle's. Oh. That throttle ain't working. That just did stiff. Did stiffen that carburetor. You probably can't see. Actually, I think that goes up there somewhere. So I wonder that didn't fall out on the ride home. Right, let's see. Take his air cleaner off. It's a weird place for it. All the way over here. I don't know how many critters are living in there. I really want to get to this cover right here because this one and this one is the ones that are. It's an oil bath. It's still got oil in it and all kinds of other critters. Let's see. I don't think I can honestly say I know how that works a whole lot. We're gonna pull this off. Set this over here with your wing nut. Hopefully we don't lose it. Alright, let's get us into that intake, which is into that. It looks like I should be able to get to this cover now. It looks like. Alright. Let's get some looby-dooby on here. And I want to try to get these covers off all the way around and get me into the spark plugs, because that being exposed right there doesn't make me happy. Everything still seems to be free. I don't know if that should be touching the cover. It'll be fine. I said somebody put a new carb. There's a little fuel pump right there. It's got a mechanical fuel pump on it. That goes up into there. So I should be able to run some fuel from here. Yeah, maybe. I'll let this looby dooby sit here for a minute. Let's see. Well, yeah. It's a model a TUD. A TUD. It's a model TUD. The motor is. I could have swore I seen a model number on this thing somewhere. All kinds of spiders and other creepy crawlies. There it is. There it is. It is a model G215 or 213. G213. So it's a Hobart model G213. Let me look that up and see what I can find out about it. Alright. I've been letting this soak now for a while. Should be able to get some of these screws and bolts out of here now. Alright, finally loosened up. Beginning to wonder. Alright, got lock washers on. Let's see. Got my little tray up here, I don't need that in there. A little ice tray up here. See how that's getting tight like that? I'm afraid it's gonna break, so we'll run it back in a little bit. We'll run it out. There we go. See? It's getting tight again, so we'll run it back in. And we'll bring it back out. The only concern I have is that muffler being open like this. How much water got down in here. Like I say, he said it had a piece of carpet over it, so I couldn't imagine carpet really being able to do much. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. But we'll get this off here, get these covers off, and then I'll pull these spark plugs. I'm going to run a camera down in there and see what we got. Of course, it changes sizes on me. So it goes to a 7/16. Awesome. For some reason, it goes from 7/16 to 3/8. Some are 7/16, some are 3/8. Maybe. There we go. Find the wrench. Now I got one somewhere. There it is. There it is. Let's see. And it ain't even that. It's the 1/2 inch. That makes sense. Whew. Touch that exhaust. Burn your flesh off. There. I think there's one on this side. Alright. Yep. One on this side. Of course, this thing's fun to walk around with all these the hitches and stuff. Alright, well, it is the bigger one. Cover's gonna twist right off here. Maybe I should put that back in. Maybe that'll hold it for a minute. Might keep it from twisting near as bad. It's open a little bit. There we go. Now on this one, I'm not going to try to run it back in because I don't think that'll just weaken things worse. Well, we'll just keep going this way. If it breaks out, it breaks out. There's nothing we can do about it now. It's got to come off there. Maybe. Moment of truth, what's this going to look like? I say big dirt dauber nest or big mouse nest? Big mouse nest. A big one. That's why that inner cover rotted out. You got the head pretty rough looking too. Alright. I'll figure out how to get the rest of these covers off here and get access, and then when we come back, let's see how bad this is. Hopefully we got that big rat's nest out. That's what kind of happens when they set up. Everything's pretty rusty. Don't really want to be breathing that, probably. Well, let me finish cleaning this up before we go any further. I'm going to pull these plugs and see what these cylinders look like. Pop these plugs out. Uh-oh. Didn't expect that to be loose. Well, super clean. Maybe the guy changed them. Maybe that's why. Yeah, that one's loose too. They're cross-threaded. Nope. That's a little tight. Yeah. That one's steady. That one's a little lean, it looks like. Yeah, let's stick our little camera down in here. Well, that's awful. Is the light on? Maybe it wasn't light enough. There we go. I doubt you guys can see that, because I can't even see it. Let me get over here. Some of these cameras. See out here on the ground, it don't look that bad. Let's see. Let's see what we got from over here. Let's see. Let's see a little spot. There's a little rust on that wall. Yeah, top of that cylinder don't look good at all. this one looks like. This one ain't. That one ain't bad. And that one's a little better than this one. This one's got the water in it. Wish I could get that to aim at the wall. All I can get is the bottom. Alright. Well, although it's not absolutely the best, it is definitely not the worst. So, I think what we're going to do, just spray some good old penetrating fluid down in there. There. Let that sit down in there and soak for a little bit. Not that I think it needs it. I didn't see a whole lot of ridge there. I think the next thing will be to pull this cap. Pull this cap right here. And pull this cap right here. And see what this distributor looks like. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull this cover off here, this distributor cap. Take a look, see what the points look like. Wow. Appears to only have 2 screws in it too. That's cute. I don't think that'll work. Yep. Just 2. Yeah. That don't look bad. The button don't. Points are dirty. And I'm gonna have to try to find a couple screws left. I don't know. Not horrible. Not great, but not horrible. Alright, we'll get them cleaned up. Alright, well, it's the next day. Kind of ran out of time yesterday. As you can see, I just pulled the fenders off of it. It was just easier. I was tired of dancing around them. Now I can get up in here closer. Here's this little distributor. You can see, cap don't hurt, the button don't look too bad. I might clean it up just a little bit, especially inside there. Points are crusty. You can see right there. Anybody's never seen points before, let me get up in here. A lot of guys talk about them. Right there's your little contacts. See how this moves? Every time this cam lobe opens, spins around, it opens this up, and that creates the spark right in between here. Here's your cam lobe. It just spins, opens up the points, and each time it opens, it causes a spark. It's called the spark gap. But I think what I'm going to do now, I don't think I'm going to pull them because they kind of look like they're okay. This little contact here is dirty. I don't know if you can see it there. I think what we're going to do, get this cleaned. I did run to the hardware this morning, pick up some missing screws that hold this cap on. I'm going to clean this. That's your kill switch. which don't look like it will kill in case I get this thing running. Let's say new carb. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'll pull this sediment bowl. But that's what's on the agenda for today. See if we can get some spark out of this. And then got to figure out a way of starting it. Pretty sure. Pretty sure it runs that way. Just the rotation of it. That crustiness was some of this crap that fell down on that flywheel. Problem is, I bet it's so dirty. Yeah, good compression. I don't see a spot on the flywheel. That's weird. It should be back in there. And so we've got this stupid pulley welded on here, it looks like. Might have a couple such screws in it. And I can't figure out, maybe you put an adapter in it? That's some awful welding. A Weaseler engine. Starting to get attacked by the wasp. I've had this thing uncovered one day and they've already found it. Alright, well let me get things set up. We'll come back and see if we can't get this little distributor cleaned up. Get this little distributor cleaned up and see what we got. Alright, let's go back and see. Like I was saying before, the first thing we want to do, hopefully you can see it. It's a little copper contact right there. Just taking a little sandpaper. Yeah. Take some fine sandpaper. Be gentle with it. You don't want to break it up there because you can. It's not much and it's old. Sandpaper was a little finer. Fine a second time. There we go. Right. For these points. Right, get you in here. There we go. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna open these up a little bit, drop this paper in between there, and give it a pull. Drop it in, give it a pull. See what we're getting off there? On the fresh piece of the paper. Give it a pull, flip the paper over. You always here's the bottom one. Back over this top one again. Notice I open it up, put the paper in there, let it close. See what we're getting off of there? Anything like that coming off of it is not going to get contact. I have it. Find some contact cleaner, spray this down, and we'll start putting this all back together. Alright, let's start putting this thing back together. I think it's ready. I think I've got everything cleaned up as clean as I'm gonna get it. Of course, that's got a notch that goes in. I'm glad that gasket come out of there without getting tore up. Hope if I put that on there the right way. Let's see. Of course, I couldn't find the exact same thing at the hardware store, but I found something that will work. Yeah, I was prepared for this, as you can tell. Yep, on the ground. Get this one started. This other one started. And that should hold that gasket in place. Now, the hard part. Get these two back in here. Kind of view you'll be getting, but back here. Might actually be getting it to go on there. Huh. Maybe? Alright. How long that's been since that's had screws all the way around it, but I would suspect it's been a while. Let's see, I get my finger back in there. Help me guide this. It is in one heck of a place. Let's see why somebody didn't replace it. But then you get a chance of moisture getting in. It ain't so much about it needs to be closed off. Start getting moisture in there around them contacts. Then you just clean it every time. Well, I think the screwdriver about half that size. Alright, well, as you can probably tell,
we are not testing the spark out here at the welder. We are sitting back here with the magneto pulled off. The one thing that I wanted to avoid at all costs, and well, here we are. I've got it taken off. Still not getting no spark, and I cleaned everything I could with it on the machine. Wasn't getting the snap advance out with it in the machine, but out here on the bench, I don't know if it was just gummed up and dirty. I'm assuming that's what it was, because there's a lot of oil and whatnot down inside there. So I'm thinking maybe it was just gummed up. There was a bunch sitting in the bottom of the that governor where this thing pops back in. I did see this little notch here. There's an inspection plug in the side of the casing that I took out, and so I lined that up with that plug, and hopefully I can slide this thing back in. I've not moved the engine in any, so it should still be right where it is, and I'm hoping I can slide this dude back in here and get it back in time. But I think what I'm going to do is take this all back apart, get inside of here, and see what's going on, see why we're not getting any kind of spark out of it. I'll run a couple tests, check the condenser, make sure I got the points gapped right. Now that it's out of the machine, it should be easier to do. Sounds like my neighbors are doing a home remodel project today. Alright, get that back off there. I've been over the cap several times. There's no cracks. I've cleaned all the contacts. Everything's nice and clean. I don't see any kind of cracks. A lot of dirt. Clean that all out before we put it back on. That gasket, somehow it stayed together. That just popped out. I can do this without getting lit up. I'm not seeing. Seeing any kind of spark, and that should be sparking from there. I tested the condenser. I've tested all this, everything, all of it before. That's, the rotor button's all clean. Points. That probably shouldn't have been touching. That was probably grounding out there. See if we get anything now. Not getting no kind of spark, no kind of nothing. I'm pretty sure I should be. But for some reason, taking this thing out, has got it. See, there's a lot of grease. I'm just thinking maybe them pawls were. There's that one. And also I've noticed there's a stud here that threads in and out. And there's two more places for them, but there's nothing there. There's one in here, and I watched a video on YouTube where they were pulling one apart, and it looked like theirs only had one, and it's placed for 3. So I don't know. But them paws look awful dirty. And I don't think I could get that stud out of there, because it may be just have a groove wore into it, and maybe by me, because I did fiddle around with it, maybe I just turned it to a spot where it's not got a groove wore into it. Maybe that's what you do. Let's see, it seems to be grabbing almost every time now. I swear all this seems good. Let me take this condenser back off here. And give it a test. I've got another one, so all this stuff's been cleaned. That's why this place. It's just a 2-cam lobe. I think these are supposed to be 15 thousandths. Let's see, get that all the way open. I mean, it's got to be pretty darn close. Alright. Let's see if we turn this up to ohms here. Let's see what we end up with. Well, that's not showing anything. That's weird. Well, we may have a bad condenser. Well, I got a solution for that. Hold tight. Alright, so we're back here. Finally found my condenser. I don't know why I had hid it away like I did, but I had. So I finally found it here. I'm going to toss this in and give this dude a snap and see if we ain't getting some spark. See if we aren't getting some spark. Now, make sure that's down all the way and grounded, because the body on this thing is the ground. Nice and tight. And I'm gonna have to change this end. I went out yesterday to find a condenser, and they were $37 at one place. So I ended up at another and got it for $13, which is a lot better, I guess. Let's get this. But yeah, I went into a specialty lawnmower tractor place, and it was quite a bit more expensive. Alright, that's off there. Make sure that kill wire ain't on there. I say I'll have to cut this down and put the proper end on it. That won't ever fit, but let's see. Hold on, let me see something. Alright, so we're back here. Got this magneto all put back together. I was so confused there a few minutes ago because I was trying to think of how I could test this without putting it back into the welder. So I think what I've come up here with, we'll just ground our magneto. Ow. Let's see, let's go ahead and put these in. Put them in. Set that up here, and then if we run a ground to that, since it's all grounded through the motor, set that there. I just got a boatload of them. Yesterday I found them. Alright, back to this. So what we're looking for, hopefully you can see in there, if we've done anything right. Uh-oh. If I can get the exciter, whatever. Yeah, there we go. It's hitting on one. The one spark seems to be a little. I don't know if you guys. Hopefully you can see that. I'm seeing nothing out of it now. There we go. There's a little bit. Let's see. Let's change these plugs around, and it'll tell us if we got a problem with the. Well, that one was on top. See, and the one with the loosest plug wire was hitting the worst. Or hitting the best, I mean. Put that one back on bottom. Put this one back on top. Plug that one in there. Let's see. Set that back on there. Now they're both hitting good. Not big blue arcs, but a good. I think that'll work. Let me throw this dude back on here. I don't want to film that because there may be a lot of words said. Okay. Alright, so in the process of taking this magneto off here so many times, I've ended up tearing this little paper gasket off of there. And rather than wait, found some snacks of some sort in there in the grandbaby's cupboard. So I'm just going to cut me a new one out of this, I think. Should be just as easy as. It's not sealing anything, it's just to keep the dirt taking everything out of the back of the magneto, I suspect, and so you don't have two steel surfaces kind of mating up together. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the half here that I have, making sure to get the hole, because that's the important part. Switch fingers and carefully come up here and try to get as much of this drawn in right as I can. I'll switch back over to here and go down to there. And here I've pretty much got it, so now I should be able to take this out. And kind of lay this into there, kind of like that. Maybe bring her down just a little. Alright. Let me just finish that off. Kind of like that. Bring this one back. Then to get this other side, since it was messed up more, I'm going to lay this one back up here, because I have to assume they're pretty uniform. Yeah, see? That's why we double check. Look at that. And fill that in. Like I said, the outside edge don't matter so much if it overhangs a little bit. We'll trim it off after. Alright, now it's a matter of cutting it out. And now and there it is. That's how easy. An X-Acto knife and a pair of scissors and a pen, and you can pretty much make any paper gasket you want to. So I'm going to go throw this thing back on, and when we come back, hopefully we're hearing this thing run for the first time in probably 30 years. So hang tight, let's see what happens. Alright, got back to this, got everything put back on. I think in order to make this thing a little easier to start, I think I'm going to cut me a notch in this pulley. It's not really a standard equipment, and I don't have the crank for this machine either. Then I'm not sure how. It kind of looks like it's been welded on, beaded on, who knows on. But I'm gonna take this grinder and cut me a groove in there. That way when I go to pull start it, my rope's got something to grab on too. Just like that. Alright, moment of truth. I think I got a little mixed fuel here. I was hoping to kind of fill that bowl up a little bit. Not going through that little fuel pump. I hate to use ether on it to start with. Let me pop this fitting off, and then we'll get back to this. Alright, I went ahead and broke the fuel line open. Put some fuel back in here. Like I say, I was using that mix. I think I've got that should be closed on the choke. Just for good measure. I don't normally use that stuff, but let's see if it helps. First course. Maybe the exhaust is full.
Things got crazy compression. Crazy. There's a lot of stuff coming up out of that exhaust. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this fast enough to get it to start.